everyone, my name is Davison and welcome back to another review video again. And today we're going to be reviewing on the Brave Locomotive. Yup, that's what we are going to be reviewing on today. Now just before I begin with this, as always, to any of you who don't like the Brave Locomotive, I respect your opinion as long as you respect mine in return. So anyways, let's get started. So, the Brave Locomotive. Oh my god, this short film is amazing. Seriously, it is so good. Now, just before we talk about the things that I really like about the short film, I'll explain a little bit of the story. This short film is about a small tender engine called Linus and with his engineer Henry. But one evening, after finishing their work, he soon gets replaced by a big engine called Samson and is forced to work in the mines. And now Samson assumes his work. But one evening when Samson was still pulling his train, due to his weight, the bridge collapses, and which Linus must rescues him. Which of course he does by escaping the mines, but due to him going to really high speeds, his spoiler bursts and soon gets destroyed after rescuing him. But that's okay though, because they eventually rebuilt him, and Linus is still working to this very day. Okay guys, now with the story out of the way, I'm now going to talk about the things that I really like about the short film. One thing that I really love about the short film is the animation. I mean, just look at the animation, especially on Linus. Just look at it! He seriously looks like a Disney character. Oh my god, it's so detailed and so fascinating. Another thing that I really love about this is the dark elements, such as the scene where Linus was sent to work in the mines and where he has been forced to haul logs to the very top, and if he doesn't stop, he'll get slapped by the belt, and if he refuses to do his work, his boiler will be shot by a gun? Damn, that is dark. And I flippin' love it. Another thing that I really like about the Brave Locomotive is some of the cartoony stuff. Now, just before you all come screaming to me saying, "Oh, Jamie, but you said you didn't like the cartoony stuff in All Engines Go, and that uses 2D animation and bouncing, so why don't you have a problem with it in the Brave Locomotive?" Well, think of it this way. Thomas is meant to be as realistically as possible. Imagine you doing a regular job on a railway, but the engine has a face, and it doesn't eat or drink. Instead, it just chats to his fellow engine friends. But All Engines Go doesn't follow that concept sometimes. It just has weird, wacky songs and, Well, the Brave Locomotive is meant to be a Disney type of short film. It has cartoony stuff. And guess what? Linus does what a real engine does. He does his jobs. That's what an engine does. So, Linus is basically just an engine who does cartoony stuff, but does his jobs like a real engine does. And that's why I don't have a problem with the cartoony stuff in the Brave Locomotive. Although, I do have one nitpick with one of the cartoony stuff. That scene where Linus went off the tracks. Yeah, that just felt too cartoony. I just wish Linus just should have found a nearby turntable. But apart from that one nitpick, I don't really mind the rest of the cartoony stuff in the Brave Locomotive. So yeah, the Brave Locomotive is my favorite short film, and I suggest you guys go check it out. So overall, I give the Brave Locomotive a 10 out of 10. It is my favorite short film, and I recommend it to you all. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of another review video. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4. And
them mountains way out west, chugged a mighty little train to them birds and the bees. Toot, toot, Linus was his name, and Henry was his engineer too. Well, now listen, my boy, and I'll tell you about that new venture. Them smaller trains have given way to something of stature. Samson said, Linus, be gone. But that brave locomotive kept on. That brave locomotive kept on. That Linus, he kept on and on and on. Olay, 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 olay.